It is now 2025 and that means it is time for an updated luxury wish list video. Towards the end of 2024, I started thinking about things I wanted to keep on my luxury wish list, things I wanted to remove, and things I wanted to maybe consider adding. So we are going to start with bags first. This year I've got 5 bags on my luxury wish list. The first is the Louis Vuitton Keep or Bandoulerie in the 45. I've been through this before. The 45 I feel like is a good size for me because I am very small, very petite. I don't want to look like I've just been swallowed by my bag. Next up is the YSL pouch. I'm trying to convince myself to not get it in black. I came really close, I think twice in 2024, to biting the bullet and getting this bag, and it's definitely more of a clutch evening situation, but I just don't have a lot of neutral colored bags in my collection, or lighter neutral. I have so many dark colored bags that I just need a white or a tan, something that's neutral, something that's on the lighter side. Number 3 is the Chanel vanity case. Now, I don't know if they will ever bring this back. I think the ones in particular that I really like are from a couple years ago. So I think I'm gonna have to settle for a resale or like a consignment piece because I just don't know if they're going to make this anymore. I might hold out a couple of years and see, but I don't really have my hopes up that high, especially because I know I love the bag, but I don't know how popular it is. Like, I just don't see a lot of people carrying them around anymore. The last 2 bags are both Hermes bags, and no, they're not Birkins or Kellys. The first one is the Bride Brac. Now, I've definitely heard arguments there that it looks like a vanity case or a makeup bag or whatever, but I actually did a collaboration in 2024, I believe, with a brand, and they sent me a bag that looks exactly like the Bride Brac, and I absolutely love it. I'm just tossing up between sizes. There's very minimal differences between the sizes, but I actually haven't had a chance to see them in store because when I do go in store, they never have stock. So I don't think it's going to be an easy bag to get my hands on. The final bag is the Hermes Picton. Now, I actually do like the Picton, and I think between the Picton and the Constance, the Picton is the one that I like the most. I know that it's not a quota bag, but that being said, getting Hermes bags in general, quota or non-quota in Australia, is definitely, I think, harder than a lot of European countries. And I'm very set on, when it comes to an Hermes bag, I am only ever going to say yes if it's gold hardware. I am yellow gold. I am a yellow gold girly all the way through, so I'm definitely only saying yes to yellow gold. I'm not going to spend that amount of money on a bag unless I'm like obsessed and love it and know that I'm definitely going to use it. Next up is shoes. So I feel like 2024, I think the category that I purchased the most in is shoes, which is crazy because I only have 1 pair of feet and I can only wear 1 set of shoes at a time, but that hasn't stopped me. So on my list are the Hermes Oasis sandals. I'm still considering these in a white, but they definitely are more. I think I originally really wanted them, and then I found out through my Orans that these shoes I only wear like 6 months of the year when it's weather appropriate and it's warm. Like, I'm not going to walk out with Orans on when it's like 4 degrees in Sydney in the middle of winter. Like, that's not happening. And I think I'm having the same crisis with the Oasis because they are like open-toed shoes at the end of the day. Like, I'm only going to get 6 months wear out of them a year. Like, how much am I actually going to wear them? The next pair of shoes is actually a pair of sneakers that I've had on my wish list forever, and I am 100% convinced they don't even make them in my size, but that's not going to stop me from keeping it on my wish list, and that is the Hermes day sneakers, specifically in white with yellow gold hardware. Every time I go on their website, it starts at a size 36, which is never going to fit me in a million years, and I just don't think they go down to a 34 in them, but I can always hope. Finally, for shoes, I got my Jimmy Choo Carters sometime in 2024, and I absolutely loved wearing them. And now I'm considering another pair of knee-high boots, but in like a white or a light neutral color, because I've got a lot of outfits that are on the more like fun pastel-y side, and wearing black knee-high boots like is a really stark contrast, and I just want something that's a bit more gentle on the eyes. Next up is household items. Now when it comes to household items, I think for the most part Bubs and I have majority of the things that we need, keeping in mind we also live in like a 1-bedroom apartment 15 minutes from the Sydney CBD. Like, we don't have a lot of space, so there's only one item on my list, and that is something more for me, and that is the Dyson Airwrap. This is something that I juggle with all the time. I used to own the Dyson hairdryer, I think it's called the Supersonic, and I absolutely loved it. And then I really wanted to get the Dyson Airwrap. I went in store and I did like a trial or a tester appointment, whatever you want to call it, and then I sat down and I was like, am I even going to use this enough? Like, the Airwrap at the end of the day is a hairstyling tool, and I literally don't style my hair for work because I'm wearing a hard hat 90% of the time, and then sometimes when I go out with friends and stuff, I'm just way too lazy. Like, I will just wash my hair and blow dry it dead straight. So I'm trying to justify the purchase, but it's not really working, but I would still love it. And the closest I came to getting it was they released like a pastel pink edition in 2024, and I was like, almost bit the bullet. Second last category is accessories and jewelry. I think this year I added a decent chunk of accessories and jewelry to my collection. I think for 2025, my biggest one is going to be a tennis bracelet. I did start talking to a jeweler towards the end of 2024 about a tennis bracelet, and I'm set on 18 karat yellow gold. That is an absolute must. I'm still tossing between whether I want it square set or like round set, so I haven't picked what setting I want and what size. I'm picking between 1 and 2 carats, and because my wrist is a lot thinner, it still means that like at 2 carats it looks kind of big and maybe a little bit over the top for daily wear. I don't know, a lot of things to think about there. Next up are earrings. Keeping in mind, I went on I wouldn't say spontaneous because my mother was going on the trip, but I went on a very unexpected trip to Hong Kong and Taiwan late last year, and I ended up buying 2 new pieces of jewelry there, a bracelet and a set of earrings, and those earrings are now my like everyday daily wear earrings, but I'm still considering a pair of pearl earrings. I feel like everyone needs to have a set of pearl earrings, but I'm struggling to find something that's like a nice enticing design. I'm also, and I know I say this all the time, but I'm looking for like 18 karat yellow gold, and if you go to a shop like Prouds, they normally do like 9 or 10 karat yellow gold, and it doesn't even look yellow. Like, from a distance you would mistaken it very much for white gold or for palladium, because there's no ounce of yellow there. Like, the amount of gold that's in 9 karat yellow gold is not a lot. So I'm trying to find a design and something that's a little bit versatile. I had my eyes on a set before, but they are only 14 karat, so that is my backup, but I'm still trying really hard to find an 18 karat set of pearl earrings. Last item for this category is an Hermes reversible belt. I got Bubs one of these as a present, I think 2 years ago, the same time that I got my Kelly belt. And I want to go back and get myself an Hermes belt, but I don't want the H buckle. I will insert a photo of the buckle that I absolutely love, but it's basically the horse bit, and I really want this. I just don't know which colors I want the belt to be, because it is reversible, so you basically get 2 colors, but I'm still trying to decide which set of colors I would like. The final category is ready to wear. I feel like ready to wear is going to be a quick, easy one. I did get a lot of gorgeous pieces in 2024. I picked up Zimmermann, I picked up Age, and I picked up Anna pieces. And I think this year I'm going to stick with that as well. I'm going to just look at adding more Anna more Zimmermann. I'm gonna look into self-portrait. I do love a lot of pieces from a lot of brands that unfortunately don't do my size, and I used to buy a lot of clothing and then have it altered, but I'm at a point where I can't justify spending like an additional $45 to $150 on alterations after buying a dress or a piece of clothing that was a couple $100s as well. And I know it probably sounds absurd, $150 on alterations, but that is genuinely what I used to spend on pieces that I would get. I have some pieces that I definitely did spend a lot of money on alterations and I get a lot of wear out of now, but looking back, I don't know how I justified, you know, buying like a $350 skirt and then spending an additional $100 and so on alterations, and then the ongoing cost of dry cleaning as well. So I think unless it can just be hemmed, if I need to have things like brought in, brought up or whatever, like I don't think I'm going to touch it anymore. It's just not worth it. But that being said, Age has size 4. That normally just needs to be like hemmed a bit. I can buy Zimmermann in their 0P size, which is petite, and it's a perfect fit. Their petite is 8 inches shorter than the rest of their collection, and trust me, those 8 inches are very welcomed. And then elishajquan, the Penelope dress that I recently bought in the cherry, I was actually really worried that it was going to be incredibly long, but it's not as long as I thought it was going to be. So I can definitely wear it as is, or I can get like 2 centimeters taken off that. But when it comes to hemming clothes, honestly, that is one of the lesser expenses when it comes to alterations. So that is it for this video. Similar to 2024, I think at the end of the year we're going to touch base again and see how well I did with this list. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are. Bye!